All right, so I don't think I actually spoke about the war in Iran so far and what I legitimately think about it. I believe I should. It's probably going to upset a lot of people because usually when it's about geopolitics, I don't have like a clear narrative based on a moral framework. Instead, I'm just looking at the ground and I'm calling it as I see it. And I usually end up pissing off both sides. So I'll do my best in order to explain what I think is happening. The first thing is to question why did they attack now? Like what's happening? Why is the United States attacking Iran? I don't believe it has anything to do with nuclear weapons. I do believe it has everything to do with two statements that were issued in the past week. Statements that don't necessarily contradict each other, but you guys can make up your own mind about what they mean. The first statement is that America was informed by Israel that Israel is going to attack. And so America decided to attack first. They made this decision because by attacking first, you get to choose the military targets that you want in order to destroy Iran's capability of hitting American targets in the area. The second statement was that Iran is at its weakest right now. Internally, it's destabilized by strife. The current regime is more unpopular than it has ever been. Russia is still busy with Ukraine, and so they can't help out. And so, like, due to the geopolitical situation as well as the internal situation in Iran, they concluded that now is the time. Like, it's an opportunistic attack because weakness invites aggression. And so the reason I'm saying that these two statements aren't contradicting is because, well, Israel could have made the assessment and America could have been constrained in order to follow suit. Again, you guys can make up your own mind about what this means, right? I'm not going to get banned on YouTube by talking freely. However, it seems that this may have been the actual reason. And of course, Iran being the target has been America's foreign policy since the Bush era. Like, there are articles from 2002 which describe exactly how they want to have regime change in the region. Now, also interestingly enough, America has not discussed this with its allies. And probably we can see why, given the fact that Spain didn't want to play ball. And so there is something else that Donald Trump said. When it comes to NATO, like, we will be there for our allies 100%. But will our allies be there for us? Right? So that's one of his quotes from the previous administration. People brought it up. Now, it is looking as if Trump was forced into this. The reason I'm saying it is because there are a lot of quotes from him. Basically stating that a vote for Kamala is a vote for a war with Iran, right? So it's interesting that now that he is in power, America is having a war with Iran. What happened behind closed doors? We don't know. What was he offered? What was he threatened with? How was he persuaded? We don't know. But the reality is, again, the president that was against war seems to have initiated one with Iran. Okay, so what are the things that Iran can do? Like, are they winning? Tactically, absolutely not. Like, within the very first hours, the leadership of Iran has been decapitated. Their navy has been destroyed. Their ability to launch a counteroffensive has been hampered. And so, from a tactical point of view, the United States, within a couple of hours, have completely humiliated Iran. Strategically, however, things are a little bit more complicated. The Strait of Hormuz is the biggest danger here. If Iran can successfully block it, then the world is going to go into a depression. And I'm not talking about that region. I'm talking about planet Earth. A lot of the global energy moves through that area. And so if they were to successfully block it, within 30 days, almost everything will skyrocket. Like the price of living anywhere on Earth is going to get double, and that's on a good day. The United States have already said that they're going to use their military in order to try and escort the oil tankers. However, the problem here is that the military said they're not equipped to do that. It's due to the logistics. It's not that the United States doesn't have boats to do it, but it's the region of the world, the part of the world and moving the ships all the way there and the money that it costs, right? Like all of these put together makes it difficult but not impossible. And Donald Trump has said that he's looking into it. And so if he actually manages to pull it before 30 days, then the damage to the world economy is going to be minimal. If he doesn't manage to do it within 30 days, then all of us are going to experience some very interesting grocery bills. Another issue is the munitions, right? The ammo that the Americans are using is very expensive. So they're using $1 billion missiles that are swatting at $20,000 drones. It's not a good deal. And also those missiles are starting to run out. Apparently they had to take some from South Korea, and now the South Koreans are raging because that's their umbrella. And they're basically saying, well, what happens with North Korea? Like, theoretically we're still at war, right? So Asia is becoming a lot more vulnerable while they're doing these movements. Of course, this is not the end of days. Like the United States can manufacture new missiles. They have factories. They can recreate their arsenal. But still, not a good look, I guess, is how they would say on Twitter. Now, there is one more thing that I haven't heard people talk about, and this one is really bad if you happen to be in the Middle East. If you haven't noticed, the Middle East is a desert. And so water is more important than oil over there. Iran can strike a lot of desalination plants. And if they manage to strike those, it takes a while to build them back up. So they would cause a massive humanitarian crisis to all the Middle Eastern nations that are allied to the United States, except for Israel. Like that one is going to be safe. But like either than Israel, it's going to cause problems for the region. And if it does happen, well, the United States is going to have egg on its face, right? Like people are going to wonder, like, why did you start the shit? We'll see. Like so far, they haven't targeted them. Obviously, the United States is not going to broadcast the on-the-ground situation and what level of security they have around those plants. But it's not just water itself. It's also servers, like the tech industry that has anything to do with PCs, right? Data centers. All of them are at risk. And so we'll see what happens. In theory, of course, I don't believe what Donald Trump is saying, that this is going to last 5 weeks. There is no way that this lasts 5 weeks unless there are people on the inside that are already against the regime. And all of this is just a display of force in order for them to have legitimacy when they uproot the current establishment. Very unlikely. Right? Very unlikely. However, regime change is possible, right? But not in 5 weeks. I don't think so. And there is also the possibility that regime change will not happen. Iran is a pretty big nation. And they've been planning for this for decades. Now, obviously, their plans don't involve attacking America. I mean, I don't think they can even wage a war across oceans. But being insanely stubborn and difficult, I think that is possible, right? Like bleeding out America's allies, doing guerrilla warfare. We talked about the plans, sabotage, the Strait of Hormuz. Like all of those are on the table, and they can pull some of those off. So we'll see. still, I mean, you can't say that it's not impressive that the United States managed to execute these decapitation strikes within hours. You also can't say that they don't have a point, that Iran is at its weakest. And most of it, again, is due to Russia being bogged down in Ukraine. And for those of you that follow my channel, I specifically said that America's strategic interest is for the Ukraine war to be a forever war, not to win it. Right? Like, if Ukraine actually managed to win, this would have been bad for the United States. They wouldn't be able to pull this off. Their whole goal is to achieve America's geopolitical strategy in the Middle East, which is basically to control the logistical supply and production of global energy. I mean, this was America's policy since the 2000s. And for the Israeli, I think it's also the last hurrah before AIPAC becomes toxic. Because it is starting to become very toxic. It's on either side, like even with the Democrats and the Republicans, AIPAC is going to either go away or have to change. Right? The American public is not stomaching it anymore. Despite Ben Shapiro's insistence, like when you see anti-Semites being platformed on mainstream places, you kind of know that, okay, AIPAC is probably on running fumes. I think that this election, the midterm, and maybe like one more election after that, and they're done. We'll see. But obviously, like, Israel is aware of this, and it's probably why they forced America's hand. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.